Hi, everyone. My name is Bria Kirkendall, and I want to welcome you to our monthly segment of Rainbow Inspirations, which is a collaboration between AARP and Blue Ridge Pride Generation Plus, where we like to share stories of the people in our communities who influence others and make a difference. So today I'd like to welcome Ingrid Cole. And Ingrid is the co-owner and manager of a very popular pie company in Woodfin, North Carolina. And she is also a professional actor and singer. And thank you for joining us today, Ingrid. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited about it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, as an influential member of the LGBTQ plus community,
Yeah.
I would like to explore how you get the most out of life. And I guess doing that, I'm curious as to your life as an actor and performer, comedian,
Sure.
and singer. Can you unpack that for us a little bit?
Yeah. So I've been a professional actor and singer since I was 17. I'm also a church musician, so I've had a lot of church jobs where I've been a soloist and so forth since 17. And then I've been a union member of the Actors Equity Association since I was 27. So that's I'm 52, so I'm not. It's a while now, but I've been on tour with shows and I've done local shows in town. My sister opened up baked pie company in Arden and asked if I would come and help her opening up because I'm an actor. I have lots of restaurant experience. So a lot of front of house experience. So I was able to come and help her about 5 years ago to open the Arden location and get that going. And then about a year later, she said, "Hey, do you want to go into business with me and open a shop in Woodfin, North Carolina, which is a little north of Asheville?" And I was like, yes. So I went into business with my sister, me and my wife, and we opened up Baked Pie Company here in Woodfin, and I'm the manager here of this shop. And so I run this location. I'm here all the time. And I had to give up my acting career, but it's totally worth it because we're hoping the plan is to franchise. And so we are in our 5th year now. We just started the franchising part of it, and we made it through COVID. And, it turns out that people like pie. So it's a good comfort food. So we've been able to be successful at both locations. And now we have at the airport here in Arden, we sell our goodies as well. So we started the franchising process. And now I'm so looking forward to traveling the country, opening up baked pie companies everywhere. It's super cute in here. It's super fun. And of course, being a gay woman that, we welcome everyone. In fact, we started a queer pie night here in Woodfin, and we do it the second Tuesday of each month. We get together, and this coming Tuesday in April, we're going to be doing 80s trivia. So we play bingo, we have trivia. Sometimes there's no activity. We just get together and talk and share and eat pie.
That is really fantastic.
Or anything more.
I can absolutely contest that pie is a comfort food, certified, absolutely. Yes. 100%. So let me ask you, so how does your experience with performing, does that still part of your everyday life at the pie company?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When we leave, me and my coworkers, when we go home, we're exhausted, not just because we've been on our feet all day and working, but because, you're kind of on all day with customers, and customer service is the number one thing in our business. I've worked at a lot of restaurants where that wasn't the case. But I know I've made connections with people and relationships with people all through Asheville, whether it be north or south. And I tell you, that has everything to do, I think, with being successful in any business, is your customer service, looking people in the eye, making relationships or not. Some people just don't even want to, they want to get in and out, and that's fine, but we love kids here. Kids come in all the time. They get a free little stuffed animal when they come in, and the pie that we serve is no preservatives. It's the stuff that you grew up with. It's the stuff that your grandmother used to make. And so when you come in, you smell all those goody smells, and then you hear, Ella Fitzgerald playing in the background. And then when you taste the pie, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And, we have stuff all over the walls. As you can see, we've got our Raggedy Ann section here, and most everything is for sale. So people come in and they eat, and they remember their mother's lemon meringue, and, oh, here's a book on my mother had the same cookbook, and you can purchase it or you can ask about it. And the one thing I know about being a part of a show, being a part of the theater community, is that your best advertisement is word of mouth. Mm-hmm. And I've learned that, and I understand that. So when people leave here and they're happy, they're going to call, hey, you need to come and try this, or let me bring you to this, or when it's your birthday, I'm going to bring you here because you're going to love it. And so I know that word of mouth really works. So it's important how you speak to people. It's important how, to have their experience be a really good experience. And, we have a lot of humor. We're down to earth. We have a lot of fun. And then when we deal with people who aren't like that, that's fine too. It takes a village. And I think because of that village, that's why we have been so successful, not just the pie, which does help, but our personalities and the fact that we want to make your experience here at our pie shop just to be a nice, pleasant, fun place that you're going to be like, hey, when my Aunt Margaret comes to town, I got to bring her here because she's going to love it. So it's important to have that customer service and that outgoing personality that helps. So that's where my acting comes in, to just be personable and get along with people and so forth.
So in that, what I'm hearing is that pie kind of lowers people's inhibitions sometimes, that takes the edge off the day, if you will. And I'm assuming that some of that would lend towards the inclusivity that you have from the community, because
sure,
we do have an eclectic community around here. So
it's amazing. Every walk of life. I tell people who want to move here, you'll love it, because everyone, it doesn't matter what you are into, what your religion, what color you are, who you are. Everybody in Asheville here is just nice. And, the mountains help that. I think it makes everybody just kind of chill a little bit. We can agree to disagree about politics, or we can, agree or to disagree about religion or all those things. It's about, just connecting with people, and it's okay to be different, which is, I think, the way the world should be. That's what makes the world go round. We can disagree about things, but we can do it in a nice way. Like, I love the way here in Asheville, how you're on the highway and you need to get over, and people are like, go ahead. People are nice, and for the most part, and friendly. And I don't want to live anywhere else. I've traveled the country. I've met people all in every state here in the United States, and I don't want to live anywhere else but here in Asheville. There is something about the people here.
Ingrid, I got to speak to that. I'm a multi-generational from Asheville, and I've thought about throughout life moving and exploring other places, and I go away, and there's absolutely something about those mountains that make the folks special. But it sounds to me like somebody gave you your handbook and that you have bought in, and I think that's great. We're really happy to have you, and I'm glad you embrace the spirit of that inclusivity that we are here.
Absolutely.
Never judge a book by its cover. We all have something to bring to the table.
Yeah,
that's great. Speaking of tables, I have a feeling I'm going to be having some pie before the end of the day.
Get in here. I will feed
you. My soul here, We
offer about 20 different flavors a day, and they switch every day. So when you come in, we offer something called a pie flight. You may have heard of beer flights or wine flights. We offer a pie flight, which is 3 pieces of pie that you get to pick. And it's a great, nice way to try a couple of different flavors. That's something that, makes us a lot different from other types of bakeries too. You can get 3 coconut cream pie, slice of apple, and our famous honey pecan pie with a little ice cream. You could do it for here or to go, but it's a nice way to sit and enjoy the atmosphere and the music and the personalities. And you're definitely going to feel special when you come and see us.
So that is, yeah, I'm going to consider that a date.
I will feed you.
I gotta ask you. So when people are having pie flights and they're talking and conversing and letting loose a little bit, how do they surprise you? Are you ever surprised by folks?
You know, I am surprised about how everyone, like I said, everyone, when I moved here about 5 years ago, I moved from Atlanta, and before that was in Fort Lauderdale. Just everyone's just nice and cool. And it has surprised me how much I enjoy just being here and being, you know, a gay woman. Nobody cares. Nobody, you know, they want to know if you're nice or they want to know if the pie is good, but nobody really cares. When we have our queer pie nights, we get families, parents with their kids who want them to meet cool people. We might have people in the community who come and drag, or we might have, it's a mixture, a mosh podge of different walks of life who get together at that queer pie nights that we offer. But even just, you know, every day people come in and feel comfortable. It's not about who you are and what you believe in. It's about, you know, experiencing goodness, which happens to be our pie and the people that work here. We want you to have a good experience while you're here. And it's you know, we don't deal with too many. Well, during COVID, now we did have to, once we reopened and we required people to wear masks, we did have maybe a handful of people that weren't cool about it. They were like, why do I have to wear a mask to come in here? So I put up a sign that says, please wear masks. We are menopausal. Do you really want to go there? Brooke, can you grab that sign for me? I think it's up where the ingredients books are. And people would laugh, and then they'd put on their sign. Even the men, they would laugh, put on the sign. And, you know, they realize who they're dealing with, that you're dealing with a menopausal woman. Do you really want to mess with me with a stupid mask? You know, we're all wearing it. We all hate wearing it, but we want to do what we can to, you know, do what's right for everyone. You know, this is Brooke. Come here, Brooke. Come say hi. She works with Yes.
Hi,
She's
Brooke.
here every queer night too. We have such a good time. This is what the sign says. It says, mask on.
That is truth. That is truth.
It's truth.
Yes.
That's right. And so people realize when they come in, oh, we're dealing with a menopausal woman. We need to like maybe behave. But you know, again, it's about being funny and laughing about it, and at the same time protecting everybody in the community, you know.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that comedic approach, you know, and again, like kind of cutting that edge off. Everybody's, you know, still got a little bit of wound a little tight, if you will, you know, and there were those periods where we were a little tighter than others. So, you know, I really appreciate that, kind of comedic approach to it. And that absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So that was a question I was going to ask you. So, you know, as much as we would like to think that everything's perfect all the time and all of that, it's not necessarily, and especially in food and beverage and, you know, during these interesting times, if you will, that there's been challenges. So, you know, how do you overcome those when things get, you know, not so great or didn't go the way you expected?
Yeah, a lot of things that we've had to adjust to is like products that we have. Like right now, we're out of cherries. We're out of sour cherries. We can't get them on a truck. We can't get them from Door County. Things like that are challenging. So someone will call and say, hey, my dad's birthday's coming up and we need an apple pie. And I'm like, I'm sorry. We don't have any, you know, because the truck can't get here, or, you know, during COVID, or they don't have enough truck drivers, or they just haven't made enough in the warehouse, or they don't have pickers for it. So we deal with that a lot. We also have dealt with a 90% rate charge in our flour, in eggs, 90% in some of these things. And it's like, we've had to like adjust, and everyone's been most everyone has been super understanding. And then when I explained to them, like, I'm sorry, we can't get, I can't go to Kroger or Ingles Publix to get cherries because they don't have them either, you know? So I've had to deal with that kind of thing. And then those people are upset and might say, well, I thought you were a pie shop. And I have to say, well, we are a pie shop dealing in a time of COVID where we've all had to adjust. And so let me lead you this way. How about I get you a mixed berry pie or a blueberry pie or something like that? So we try to make everybody happy and accommodate to everybody, but sometimes we just can't. Yeah. And I think that leaves people disappointed and, but not much. People realize, hey, I'm still here. I'm not sick. Let me, I can get my dad a different kind of pie today until, so we've had to deal with it, but we do the best that we can and with a smile. And even when we deal with people who aren't very nice to us and have very strong opinions and have to tell us about them, again, we smile, we listen, because I think some people just need to get it off their chest. We listen to what's happening with them, and then we adjust. And we try to help them and lead them in a way that, to make them happy. When they leave, they'll be happy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's just so much patience. And I appreciate that. Now,
Sure.
I also understand that sometimes, as older adults in the community, sometimes we need to look down and at the younger generation. And it's my understanding that you did something special for the kids, making
Absolutely.
lunches, is it, during COVID?
So during COVID, my sister and I made peanut butter jelly sandwiches and added like a fruit cup and some chips and a drink of some sort, because we realized that so many children eat once a day. And that's usually when they're at school and then when they have a lunch. And so we decided for as long as we could, and we did it for about 2 months, almost every day we made peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And people would come in and be lined up at the door, and we'd see the same people every day. A lot of times we'd get a call from groups saying, we've got all these kids here. Can you help us? Absolutely. And we did. And people would donate money to help us pay for that. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps because it was just the way the community supported us helping others. And so, we'd get up in the morning, we'd be making PB&J sandwiches, and we would be open until about 2 o'clock or something, and we'd give out everything that we could, and we received so much money that oftentimes we would give money with those to the parents. Like here's $50, here's $100, take this because we know that you need it. Yeah, go get some groceries and so forth. So we did our part. We can always do more, but I tell you, my sister Kirsten, who is the owner of Bates. I just partly own Woodfin, but she's the magic of all of this. If you've ever come inside, you can see, who decorated, who did, she's everything. That started out as family recipes. And so I can't say enough about my sister and what she's done. And, the money that she put in to start making these sandwiches and so forth. We're going to help the community. How can we do that? Let's help the kids. Yeah. When you come into Baked Pie Company in Woodfin, you come in and the kids can go to the magic suitcase and take a stuffed animal with them home. And, we offer an after school special where the kids can get a milk or a juice and a slice of pie for $6, And we made those sandwiches for a little while until it got scary, till it got real scary, remember? Yeah, I do. And we had to stay at home. Dr. Fauci was like, just stay at home. And so we did that. And then we were able to reopen. We were closed for about 3 months, but then we were able to reopen and continue with the pie shop. But I'm really proud of that, what we did. And we got all this recognition. We're like, what? That's okay, you guys. We're just doing what we can. You don't need us, But just to see the looks on the parents' faces when they would come in, I mean, we knew we were doing something right, And we would do it again in a heartbeat.
Well, during that time, folks like yourself, it serves as that true example of just pure outpouring of love and giving to that community and making a difference right there on your doorstep. Yeah. I mean, it's important to donate and give and volunteer, but sometimes it just takes opening the door and helping that person that's right there in front of you. And it's
amazing.
It's a great example. And I know it had to feel good here, being
It
able
always does. It always does. Yep, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
you really absolutely are a true asset to the community. And I know the folks around you just I can feel your spirit even through this. We
Thank
haven't
you.
met in person. I can't wait till we do, but
Yeah.
this might be this afternoon. Like
Come
I
on,
mentioned, I'm
girl.
going back around to that pie thing, because yummy. But
Absolutely.
so what do you see for your future? Like if you're looking forward, where's Ingrid going to be moving
Yeah.
forward?
So for the last 5 years, I've been able to perform about once a year. I will go audition for a theater somewhere, and I'm able to go for a few weeks. But I knew that when I started coming here, that was going to, that's it. I could only perform a little bit, and I found like I said earlier, I'm a church musician, and I found a church here that has the best music in town, First Baptist, downtown Asheville. It's so funny about that. I always feel like I'm coming out again when I tell people I go to First Baptist, because they're like, what? You going to a Baptist church? And I'm like, it's a Jimmy Carter Baptist. It's Jimmy Carter Baptist. It's a good, we feed people, we clothe people. Nobody in the pulpit points their fingers and says, you this, we marry gay couples in my church. I love it. And like I said, it's the best music program in town. And so I've been able to sing with them, and I can't say enough about them. They're just, that First Baptist of Asheville is just an amazing example. We're at Pride every year. We are an amazing example of just love. So I've gotten to sing with them, and so that kind of helps take that edge off. And I've written a couple of cabarets for me and my daughter. I do a show called Cole. My last name is called Cole Sings Cole. And, I've gotten to be creative, while I'm here. But the whole dream with my wife and I, when we first started, was that we would do it for 5 years. We've made a commitment for 5 years to be here. And after that, we want to franchise. And so we already are franchising. And then I would like to travel the country and help open up new bakes. Let's open up a baked over here. Let's open up a baked over here. And with my sister and I leading that, we know that we could train the people and support the people and set them up for success, and have that personality of making, people everywhere across the nation happy through pie, Yeah. So that's the dream. I'm hoping to travel and open up new bakes, and be able to travel and do more theater, musical theater or theater. And that fulfills my soul as well. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's fantastic that you're going to spread that joy, because like I said, you can feel it. And the more people that get to experience that, they're lucky us, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely lucky us.
Exactly.
Well, I always ask, we had another person who is a performer as well. And I have to ask you this, because when you said Cole Sings Cole, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're just speaking to my soul. I mean, we got pie and we've got Cole, and yes. So is there a song or something that sets your mood off, inspires you for the day, something like that?
I'm always, and people always, when they find out I'm a singer, they're like, oh, sing something for me. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. But no, gladly. I like to, but I'm always, gee, but it's good to be here. I really feel right at home. There's nothing pretty about my voice. It's just a little loud, but, or I'll sing night and day. You are the one.
Yes.
Or I might be, I'm having a hot flash, a tropical hot flash, So we try to, I'm always singing here. My staff is so used to me. But I'm always singing here. And, anyway, so that's always a lot of fun.
I appreciate the always singing. I'm one of those people where my day is a Broadway play every day. We don't know what's going to unwind, but it's like folding my socks, going to put up the laundry, like everything, hey, wife, I need this. And we're to the point now, we're 20 years in. So I get returned, we'll have the little banter back and forth. So I think that's fantastic. Never stop singing. Absolutely never stop singing. And I encourage others to sing too. It doesn't matter.
All the time. I love it.
Or bad. I always like to say, pretend like you're in the car pretend you're in the car all alone and let it go.
That's perfect.
Yes.
That's perfect. I once had a teacher tell me that, it doesn't matter. I was complaining about always having to sing for people when people find out I'm a singer. And she goes, no, you know what, Ingrid, you don't know, but you might inspire someone right then and there, or you might sing that song that parent who passed away last year. You just don't know the gift that you bring people so don't be afraid and don't be all, and it's true. And so I don't forget that, about being able to inspire people or just lighten their day,
Well, that's what this has been all about. And I appreciate you joining us today. And when we talk about inspiring joy and bringing joy and inspiring folks, Ingrid, you really encapsulated what this entire series seeks to strive to achieve. And I can't thank you enough for, being here with us today. And do you have any words of wisdom before we, I'm going to check and make sure we don't have any questions, but do you have any words of wisdom?
Come to Baked Pie Company and let me feed you. We have quiche and soup and pie. Who could ask for anything more?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.